going on a date. He's picking me up at 7:30. He said, we're gonna go get a drink local. Okay. And then we're going to dinner in another part of town, or another town. I don't know. I don't know. Is he picking me up on foot? Or is he picking me up in a car? If it's a car, is it an Uber? Or is it his car? Does he have a car? Does anyone else think like this? Or am I simply broken? My stomach hurts. It's totally fine. Like, it's totally fine. I'm fine.
Yikes. Well, good luck with all that.
You know, it's garbage like this. It just proves that dating in the modern world is completely pointless. When you compare what modern women consider to be the bare minimum, this guy just ended up ticking the boxes. He planned the date with precision, and he's also picking her up so she doesn't have to worry about a thing. But sister, you let something slip. There are bare minimums within the bare minimums. It's not enough that he did all those things because he didn't tell you how he was arriving. And the fact that you're freaking out over something as inconsequential as whether or not he's using an Uber to pick you up just proves it. The bare minimums are nothing more than a laundry list of things that you use to sabotage any date that you're on just so you can have something to complain about while also blaming men for not doing what you think men have to do in order to date you, which just proves that the bare minimums are a complete and utter waste of time. There's no point in trying to meet them because you'll just add more in the moment, because you'd rather be single. It's as plain as day. So maybe you should stop dating altogether so you don't have to worry about this crap anymore. I know it'll cost you free meals and mail validation, but at least you'll have your fears of Ubers relieved, and perhaps that's the greatest gift of all.
All that I am saying is that I long for the days of the Virgin and the elegance of railway travel.
Things I wish I knew in my early 20s as a 28-year-old. You grow the most when you move away. No dream is out of reach, you just need to be disciplined, and a lot of people aren't disciplined. You're young and hot, wear whatever you want. Don't move in with a man when you are so young. You have your whole life to live with a man, enjoy this time. It's very normal to outgrow friendship, and you don't need to feel bad about that. Having hobbies makes you an interesting person and more well-rounded. Don't be the girl with no hobbies. There will be people that want to see you fail, and there's no better feeling than doing the opposite, so keep going. I wish more people would understand this, but the way you are made is perfect. You will always look best with your natural hair color. There will never be the perfect moment to start something. You just need to go for it. Even if you've been with someone for a while or friends with someone for a while, if you feel something in your gut, take off the rose-colored lenses and see how that person actually really makes you feel. You don't want to be friends with somebody that makes you feel like crap. You should only want people in your life that want the best for you. Your quirks and what makes you you are the best thing about you. It's always cooler to be just a little bit different. I don't know. You don't want to blend in. The way to be successful is discipline and consistency. Always.
Cool.
I guess I'm not understanding why you're bothering to give this advice to your young self. I mean, you can't go back in time and change anything, so it's kind of pointless to tell the planet what you would do if you had access to time displacement equipment, especially when all you tell your younger self to do is to leave your family as soon as possible, dress up more like an Avenue stroller, and don't move in with a good guy while you're still young and having fun. And come to think of it, all this crap you're listing just sounds like you're dead set on making sure your life is as ruined as much as humanly possible. I mean, you're not perfect, your natural hair color is immaterial, and come on, you're talking about becoming successful just despite the people around you. Nothing of this is guaranteed to make your life better, sister. It's just more of the same crap that you love to prattle out because you're clearly dissatisfied with your life right now, which makes sense. I mean, you're almost 30, you live in an overpriced house, and you're nowhere closer to having the things you want out of life, and you just want to guarantee this so badly that if you could go back again, the only thing you'd change is to make things even worse. So once again, this just proves that when it comes to time travel and modern women, it really is a match made in pure hell.
We eat the pig and then together we burn! Burn!
I feel like if you're a guy, this flirting hack would just be so easy for you. The whole concept is that your body has to react first instead of like you reacting as a whole. So here's what I mean by that. So let's say you guys are in like a group setting or you guys are eating dinner out. And she's sitting next to you and she spills something. Obviously, when she spills something first, she's gonna have a big reaction and she's gonna start panicking. When you turn around and also panic with her, it's gonna cause more scene and draw more attention, and that is the last thing you wanna do when she already spilled something. So what you're gonna do is like, you're gonna still have the conversation, but react with body first. And what I mean is like, you would just like maybe give her a napkin first. So it's like when you're having a conversation, she spills something and you give it to her and then she like takes it and then you turn around and be like, are you okay? And it also shows that like your focus was always on her, and then like So your body reacted first, and then like now you're taking off its hair. So I feel like that's why it's good. And I think it's the same similar as like when you turn your head first and then your eyes, like, you know, the whole thing. I think it's more attractive when you act with actions first and then like later check up.
Nobody cares what you think.
Well, that seems awfully specific for a flirting hack. I mean, it's not really flirting, is it? Just sounds like you were on a date with a dude, you spilled something, and he immediately stopped what he was doing to try to take care of you, and guess what? This guy acted in a way to help you that was such a turnoff that you needed to tell the entire internet that men aren't helping you in the way you want to be helped. I mean, woman, you're telling men that they need to control their knee-jerk reactions to a woman who spills something. He's going to move with a sense of urgency because he actually does care about you, but you're telling men that they should act with a sense of urgency, but do it in a way that doesn't show a sense of urgency. But if he does that, then you're just gonna hate him because he was nonchalant with the way he was helping you. And this is all compounded by the fact that this is not flirting. There's nothing fun about it. You just want him to give you a napkin and then ask if you're alright after you fumbled around with your wine glass. So it really does show that even when a man cares about you, if he's not caring in the right way, then he shouldn't bother. Because either way, you're still going to resent him afterwards.
I quit. I quit. I quit.
Oh, you're single and lonely? You think you miss being married? No, you're not. You don't. Let me remind you of some things you're forgetting. I was at my girlfriend's house a couple nights ago having dinner with her and her family, and after dinner, she turned to her husband and said, "Would you rather wash the dishes or bathe the kids?" Clearly, he chose the task he felt would require the least amount of effort, and so he opted to wash the dishes. I watched him proceed to scrub the inside of the pot where the pasta had been prepared, but not the outside. Not the outside that was crusted with sauce. He placed it dirty in the strainer and took the sponge that was still covered in sauce cheese and saturated in water, didn't rinse that off or squeeze it out, and just placed it back in the little tray where the sponge goes. When she came down and saw his attempts at cleaning, naturally she was disappointed. When she asked him about his thought process, he became defensive and blamed her for having standards that were too high. He stormed off and she was left rewashing the dishes and utensils. But she does have a warm body to curl up with tonight that we don't have.
Well, what did the police say?
Hang on, let me see if I can get this straight here. You were at a dinner party and you watched her husband wash the dinner dishes while she was giving the kids a bath, and instead of being a kind guest and offering to help in some way, you proceeded to scrutinize the way this man did the dishes, condemned him for not taking care of the sponge in a way you deemed satisfactorily, and then decided the most mature thing to do was condemn this man for not doing a good enough job when he was clearly set up for a spousal Kobayashi Maru. I mean, let's go ahead and say that he did agree to bait the kids. You're just gonna hate him for making the wife wash the dishes since it's not her job to wash dishes, and he just retreated to the bathroom with the kids. And even then, he still won't bait the kids correctly, and he'll just be deemed just as worthless, if not more, because he's just weaponizing his incompetence to get out of doing something. See the problem here? You can't just say a marriage is a lie because of a dirty sponge and holding petty grudges against a dude that you didn't even marry. But hey, I guess when you're hopelessly single and hate the fact that you're never gonna have a relationship ever again, it really does make sense that you need to put another woman's husband on blast with a story that may or may not have happened. And considering how bitter you are, we're more inclined to believe the latter, sweetheart.
I hope it feels so good to be right. There's nothing more exhilarating than pointing out the shortcomings of others, is there?
So we went to a swingers club this weekend, and basically my husband got his, you know what, by another woman without my consent. Like, she just went for it. Mind you, my husband is packing down there, and he was wearing like the Speedo thing that like showed it off. So we decided to go to this club because he wanted to have another woman, and he's so good to me. I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's do it. We both popped a spicy cube, so we were like super turned on. Like, we couldn't resist. We decided before we did anything that we would consent to each other and we would make sure that we were okay with everything. We were trying to ease into everything. We were watching this couple that was getting it on. And this woman stopped what she was doing, got up, and started to, you know what, give my man a mouth hug because I guess she thought it was super hot.
Show a little respect. So, how many men have you slept with?
You know, far be it from me to judge proclivities between married couples, but woman, you do realize you brought some of this on yourself, right? You guys went to a swingers club, which apparently allows for public coitus, which in itself sounds kind of unsanitary, and he's wearing an undergarment that is specifically designed to show off the size of his package, and the both of you were under the influence of a controlled substance that's designed to make you more randy than a drunken co-ed and an all-you-can-drink frat house kegger, with the explicit purpose of allowing your husband to get some from another woman. So I guess I'm failing to see the part where either one of you was easing into this whole swingers bar thing. Now, in terms of consent, I really can't speak to that. If you guys are laying ground rules for what counts as acceptable swingers behavior, you really shouldn't be going to what can effectively be described as an orgy while under the influence of aphrodisiacs and think that you're going to be in the right frame of mind to ask permission before a woman runs up to do stuff to your husband. That's just a recipe for disaster and one that you actively partook in creating. So it sounds to me like you gotta take some of the blame on this one, woman.
And it was kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie. In the moment, I was like, oh my gosh. And I was just like super turned on. And I didn't really know what to do in the situation because it just happened so fast. Did I consent to it? No. Did I stop it? No. Because when it happens in the moment, you don't even know what to do. And then my husband didn't stop it because he was just like so shocked. Plus he like was really turned on. So yeah, he ended up finishing and I did nothing. So I got kind of sad. I like felt left out a little bit. Like me and her man, whatever that she was doing it with, we didn't do anything. Like I totally just got nothing. So I'm just like, should we go back or what? Like, you know, in the moment it does seem hot, but then afterwards you feel like kind of sad about it. And I feel a little bit like I got cheated on because that's not the expectation that I had in my head. So I'm not really sure what to do.
That's why I praise the Lord for prostitutes.
Alright, so what's the issue? You went to a swingers club with the intent purpose of engaging in coitus with other people. Now, I know he's only allowed to be with women that you sanctioned, but you didn't stop it when it happened. You could have, and he most likely would have stopped that woman if he said something, but you made it clear you were enjoying yourself. But it sounds like you're more butthurt that nobody came up to you to start doing something stanky. Would you have been cool with it if that other dude started doing stuff to you? Or would you still be furious that your husband got off without you having any control over it? I mean, where's the line drawn here? Because it sounds like when it comes to this kind of crap, it's usually because the woman wants to sleep around while the husband needs to follow a strict set of rules and regulations just to please you. There's just too many freaking rules that seem to change depending on how much action you're getting, and it really doesn't make any sense to me. You know, the more I think about it, it's times like this I thank the intergalactic space god Mom Gamma Guard, all hail, that I really don't understand swingers culture. It just sounds like a massive headache that's just gonna blow up in everyone's faces. Especially the woman who decided to go hog wild on your husband right in front of you, huh? You know, there are many things this intergalactic bounty hunter appreciates in life. Nicely smoked bacon, a comfortable couch, and the fine members of the bounty board over on Patreon for their continued support of the channel. And these are the types of folks I would gladly sacrifice a comfortable couch for, and that is not something I say lightly. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the bounty board over on Patreon, where for $5 a month, you can get access to almost 100 videos of exclusive content that you're not going to find on YouTube. Links in the pinned comment down below if you want to check it out. And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button. Ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and be sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you once again for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.